Hi, everyone, and welcome to Take a Pause with Menopause, a podcast where the hot flashes are real. The brain fog is, well, it's evident sometimes. I don't like to admit it, but it's there. Um, but where somebody has walked into a room and you don't know why, we're here to explain that or just to
Or not.
commiserate with it
Or
or
not.
not. Yeah. We are your hosts, Raquel, Debbie, and myself, bringing you real conversations about menopause, midlife, hormones, workplace struggles, relationships, trying to sleep through the night, and figuring out why we suddenly need a fan, a snack, or a minute alone, or all three.
At once.
Mainly all 3, all
Yeah,
the
I
time.
would say all the time.
Yes. Sometimes I do feel like I am that like menopausal toddler. Like I need everything like right at most like
And it doesn't like, your body doesn't say, like, "Oh, you can wait." It's like, "Now."
no, I need it right now.
Yep.
Yeah. So we are here to mix the laughter with education because menopause is hard enough without pretending we have it all together. So grab your coffee, your electrolytes, or your hormone patch and get ready to take a pause with
Or
menopause.
your
And
tea.
or your tea. Exactly. Exactly. Now, the best part is today we are so excited, right, girls? Because
Mhm.
this is our
Anniversary.
anniversary, 1 year anniversary. I can't even believe it from when my peeps and girls that I work with, give them a shout out, Lacey, Shelby, and Kate have like, you should start a podcast. And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm that person that will text in the wrong group text
Yeah,
sometimes.
me too.
Which we have done.
Many
All
times.
of us.
Many
All
times.
of us.
So
And apologies to all of you out there who have received our
yes.
Text that
in
shouldn't
the
have gone
wrong
to you.
groups.
And we have. And we're like, oops, sorry, that wasn't supposed to go.
Whoopsie-doopsie.
Oops, sorry.
Or
Yeah.
the photo that shouldn't have gone there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, so I wanna back up, though, Mary, so let's talk about this. So,
yes.
Take a Pause with Menopause initially started as Take a Pause with Mare, and
Yes.
that's what
Yeah.
rolled out a year ago, and let's talk about how that inception came about and then what it evolved to, and here we are.
Yeah. So it was just on a girls' trip with I call them my peeps, and the passion of menopause and talking about it. Finally figured out that's what I was doing. And I was like, oh, and this and dit. And they were like, yeah, you should have a podcast. Along with my husband, Mark. And my kids are like, yeah, you are so passionate about it. You have to let other women know because that's what the whole thing was. I didn't
Yeah.
want anybody to take as long as it took me to realize. So I'm like,
Right,
I
right.
want to help people. And I was like, a podcast? Okay.
What
I
is
don't even,
this?
yeah, I don't even have any recording stuff or anything, so
Yeah.
I went over to my girlfriend Lacey's house and her husband, Trevor. Shout out to Trevor.
Yeah, shout out to Trevor.
I know. He was like, oh, I got you, Mare. And I'm like, what am I going to do?
What do you got?
What do you got? So he had done a podcast before, so he knew, and he's just into that whole IT stuff. And he helped me. So I got an app. I got onto Riverside, and then I'm like, okay.
Let's
And
do
then,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
the first couple of episodes, I literally was just talking to the wall in front of me. There was no guest. I didn't have anybody. I was just giving my journey, and I'm laughing, and I was like, this is awkward, but okay,
I'm gonna
I
keep
guess.
going.
Yeah. And then a friend of mine that I work with, Melissa, she was like, oh my gosh, I'll come over. And I was like, yes.
Yes.
So Melissa came over, and then we started doing them, and then we started to try to make the funny part of it of like the Gen X. Like we would have the Gen X corner, and we would laugh hysterically. I mean, we did sampling of teas that is still like my favorite. And
I love that
listening,
episode.
oh my God, listening to my Melissa go, woo, doggy, that was a bad one.
And
Like,
you're like,
yeah.
wait, do it.
It-
Okay.
I didn't want to, I know. And they all tasted pretty much like dirt.
Ugh.
but Melissa thought they tasted like corn cob water, which I thought to
Oh.
this day is still so funny.
Aptogen tea is actually pretty hard to get down.
Oh, yeah.
But I found a brand recently that tastes like a little bit like chocolate, like hot cocoa. So
Oh.
I'm gonna
Oh.
run with that one.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, I
It
have
may or
that
may
one.
not. Yeah. The one.
It's
Yeah.
actually
mhm.
not bad. It's not
Yeah.
too bad.
It's drinkable.
Oh,
It is
well, see,
drinkable.
it's perfect because we felt we kept on thinking we have to try to find something. So then we did the red light mask for
That's my
collagen.
favorite episode ever. That to this day makes me laugh so hard because all you see is like, the clips, and then there's you guys standing there in those masks. I'm like, oh my God.
Felt like Mike Myers. We were like, hello,
And they're
we're
all
looking.
red, and you guys
Yeah.
are all.
And
Ugh.
we just did the microneedling, so we had like tiny holes, and then we
Oh,
put this
ouch.
on. Yeah, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, not gonna lie, Melissa, this kind of a little stinky, like it's very sting-like. And she was like, yep, but it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great,
Meanwhile, you two are just sitting at a kitchen table with these red light masks on,
Yep.
looking like Darth Vader.
Exactly. So those were some of the earlier, and we had already, so it was just very, very much fun. And then we had you on the podcast.
Yeah.
I got you through a DM, which I didn't know what a
Now you
DM
know.
was. Now I know.
You're growing
And
up.
I had to make sure. I asked my daughter, I was like, is this real? Or is this like some creepy guy?
Spam.
And she was like, nope,
Sounds
real. It's real. And that's how we did it. And then you were on. I laughed like hell, and rest
Oh
is
my
history
God, the
on our
rest is history.
podcast. Yes,
Yeah.
on our podcasting.
Well, and it all started too, for those of you that don't know Mare's journey or story, is
Yeah.
that she was 50. What? How old were you?
When I finally found out.
When you left the doctor's office and got the note that said postmenopausal and had no idea you were peri or menopause?
55.
55. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
And
I
the
had been trying to find out what was wrong with me from like 47-ish.
Wow.
So
Yeah. So 47 on, you were doing heart testing, you were going in and you were taking like all kinds of different meds,
Yep.
and you were trying different diets because you were having heart palpitations so bad you were thinking it was heart issues.
correct.
Yeah.
Totally
correct.
get that.
So
Yep.
and in the meantime, you were starting to panic, not feel like yourself, and you took time off and you decided to step back from your role that you worked over 30 years in the operating room from
Yeah.
to
Correct.
not work as much because you didn't know what the heck was going on.
Correct.
Mhm,
And then
mhm.
I still remember that poor secretary that I came up to as I'm reading the paper that says postmenopausal woman. I was like, who the hell is that? I'm looking around like, who is
Somebody
that?
else
It's
is
not me.
Reading the
I didn't
name.
even
Why
go
does that say
through.
my name? That's not me.
Yeah. And she was like, oh, did you want a copy of that? And I was like, no, I don't want a
I
copy
don't.
of
That's in my chart. I'm good.
I don't even
Bro.
want it.
that.
Then you gotta throw
So-
out that young word like bro to make you feel like you're 20 again.
Yes. So that's how I didn't want everybody to have to go through that. So we did it to laugh at, and we've been
Oh, we've had some laughs.
we have had some
Oh my
laughs.
God. I, honest to God, the one with you and Melissa sitting at the kitchen table with Darth Vader masks, bright red, just sitting there smiling, just
Yep.
happy. It's like, oh my God, these are my people.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. We still people will still like at work be like, I can't believe that you did. Yes. And then we,
Yes, I did.
filmed it. It's like, I felt like sometimes we were the I Love Lucy and Ethel. We were each
Yes.
other's Lucy and
You
Ethel
sure were.
because
You
we
sure are.
tried everything. Yes, we tried the teas, we tried the collagen. We even tried those little tapes that they show on Instagram that like if you put here and you tape it, it'll like hold up your face or your eye. Tried that. Yeah,
Did it
didn't
work?
work. No, just got stuck in my hair, and then it was like peeling Scotch tape off with your hair. So that was great.
Oh,
Yeah.
good to know. Good to know.
Good to know. Yes. Yes. You hear it here first, girls. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that is how we started. And then, yeah. And then when we met, then we thought, like, hey, the rebranding would be so much better if we made it Take a Pause with Menopause, because that is the company that you had created way before we met. But then I'm so grateful to be the co founder with.
I know.
I'm so happy. Like, I honestly, we couldn't have found 3 better human beings to be put together, and, I mean, we have such a good synergy, and I think I mean, I know I'm just talking highly of ourselves, and I'm our own biggest fan, but, like,
You should be.
we're genuine, and we really do care about people, and, like, we come from a space of been there, lived
Done that.
experience, and,
Yeah.
we see the bigger picture. We see that people at work are showing up, and it's, like, so hard for them,
Hmm.
like for you, like you worked in the operating room for so many years, you became charge nurse and you had to step back from that role and you were no longer you were capable, but you didn't feel like you were capable. You didn't
Right.
have the confidence, you didn't have the
Right.
tools, you didn't have the support, you didn't have any of the things that we have now.
Oh, correct. Like,
Yeah.
knowing now, if I knew
Half
then what I know, yeah,
half of what I
half.
know now. Yes.
Right. I mean, because that is the beauty too about having this. We have had so many great guests on that
Oh my
have,
gosh.
I mean, I thought, oh, yeah, we know this, but then with everybody that we've had on, we have learned so
So
much
much.
more,
So much.
and
I
it's
love
just
our
amazing.
guests.
Yeah,
Yes. Like, I
same.
always feel like I get off of a podcast and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, it's so life-changing to me?
Yeah.
And I know, you can listen to podcasts, and I do. I listen to tons and tons of podcasts, don't get me wrong. But when you're actually involved in it and you're having those conversations, it sits with you just a little bit more because it's you're not talking back when you're listening to a
Yeah.
podcast. So, for
Yeah.
me, I'm like, "Oh, yeah," and it's interactive, and I literally have taken away so many great amazing tips out of our podcast and really I feel like on like a transformation journey within a transformation journey.
Hmm. Yeah, I would agree. And then before we get into that though, and about you guys, like your journey and how you have been connected, that's also a great thing to talk about too,
Oh
because
yeah, so so Debbie and I have been connected for years, years and years. We both live in Reno, Nevada, and we Debbie, do you want to tell that part?
Well, we it's been years and years. I
Yes.
promise I won't tell any of Raquel's moments that she really shine bright, but I'm not gonna tell. No, I want to say like 14, I don't know, 14, 15 years. We
Yeah.
both have been in media, publishing, radio. So
Yeah.
anytime we would go out as a team, we were out and about and we were interviewing community people, but it never failed. Anytime we went out on a gig together, we ended up saying things we shouldn't say. We ended up
Doing things we shouldn't have
doing
done.
things we shouldn't have done. But it's super cool.
Rappelling off a Grand Sierra
We did
resort,
rappel
which is
off.
28 stories hall
Yeah.
tall.
And
Like,
yeah, I actually made her do that one, I think. I
oh
don't
my god.
remember, but it was
I don't
scary.
remember either, but we were both
But we
hanging off
did it. It
what
was
felt
for
like a piece of
charity.
dental floss off of a building.
It
it's for
was
charity. Debbie's like, it's for
it's for
charity. It's okay.
charity.
It's
Pretty
okay.
much everything I get her into is for charity, and she
I
says,
just would like
"Okay,
the
I'll
audience
do
to
it
hear that, what she
for
gets me into.
charity."
I'm
Yes.
teasing, I'm teasing.
Okay, I would say one of the funniest moments is we were on a bus doing an interview, and the bus wasn't supposed to move. So we're like, "Hello, this is Debbie and Raquel," and it was for New Year's Eve drive safely,
Ye
so that you
yes,
could
yes,
take a
yes.
free bus. And we're talking to the head of
RTC.
RTC, and all of a sudden we
The
turned
bus starts
around and
moving.
the bus is like going, and we're like, "Stop!
Debbie's like, "Wait, wait," in the
Stop!
middle of the
Stop!"
interview. She's like, "Stop, stop." And the guy's like, "We can't stop." I'm like, "We're gonna get off this
So that was probably one of the, besides
bus."
rappelling down the Grand Sierra, boom, that
Well,
was,
and there was also the, ski resort. That was a fun one.
we
I
did a
don't think
ski
I have
resort,
quite laughed
laughed.
that hard since.
Yeah. We're not gonna go into that one.
No,
Um,
we won't tell
but
details. You'll have to find that one
no,
on your own.
yeah, no, but the point is, I feel like I didn't even know what menopause was. I didn't know
Yeah.
where our journey was gonna go. But Raquel, somehow we knew that something was going to happen. We knew that between all the years of all the adventures,
Yeah.
we look back and I keep finding photos of us from, we look like, well, she looked like she was 16. I was in
Yeah.
my 50s. But
But you
we,
look 30. You look
I don't
30.
know. I didn't,
You
I
look
think
good.
I think we felt 30, because we really did
Mhm.
have fun.
Yeah.
But being around women who hold you up and make you laugh and
Mhm.
support you, and that's where we have been blessed, because we both have been in situations where you maybe did not, weren't surrounding yourself with the right people. And I realized
Right.
that you have a choice. You could
Yeah.
surround yourself with people that hold you up, that build you up, that support you, and are eating healthy and exercising and doing everything the way we kind of should do, or you hang around people that don't really care. They don't care if you succeed, or they're not being healthy, and you are who you are around. So I feel like we've been blessed to have each other and
Same.
friends of friends. And but that's how I, again, Raquel said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I'm like, I don't know anything about that. Okay, I'll try. And that's pretty
It's
much
funny
how it
too.
happened.
That is
Yeah.
exactly because I remember so clearly, like, had just gone I was going through it, I was going through it, and then I like, the concept of menopause came to me, and I was just like, "Nobody should have to suffer like this and be so isolated." And I just remember, like, kinda, like, just writing things down on paper, and I was like, "Okay, okay, this is what I'm gonna do," like, with menopause, and then it was like, I need a name, and, there should be a pal for this, and then menopause kinda popped in, and it was like, "Okay, alright, this is cool." And then, I remember calling Debbie and I said, "Oh my gosh, I've got this concept, I've got this idea." And you were in the wine country and you were doing an event in the wine country. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh, what do you think about this?" And you were like, "This is great. I'm so happy for you. You found your niche." And I was like, "Thanks."
I don't know.
And we just, we kind of bounced a few ideas off of each other. And then she's like, "Okay, well, I'm off to do this." And I was like, "Okay, that's great." But it was such a fresh idea that I didn't really know what to do with it then. So
Yeah.
I was still kind of like in the conceptualizing state. And so I just remember hanging up and I was like, "Okay, somebody sees value in this." And there's like, I knew Debbie was postmenopausal. I had known a little bit about her story and like some of her other stuff struggles. And I remember thinking, "Okay, so yeah, yeah. Somebody like Debbie sees the value in this, who's been through it. She's postmenopausal." Again, really not realizing then what I know now about
Mhm.
that whole menopause,
Yeah.
perimenopause, postmenopause, not understanding that it's still impacting her at the level it was. So I was just so happy to know, like, yeah, okay. And then it just became like, okay, I have to do this. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna put a little website together. I'm
Yeah.
just a
Just a
tiny
little
website.
website.
I'm gonna take this coaching certification. I'm gonna coach. I'm gonna coach women and talk to them about menopause. And I was so happy with that. And then I was like, okay, wait, I'm only gonna reach one person at a time. Like I don't know. So then I like had the website, in a place where it was good enough at that time, for me. And so
Mhm.
then I went back to Debbie and I was like, "Okay, Debbie, so I've got this, blah, 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 blah." And then her and I kind of sat down a little bit further and it was like, all right, we're gonna do this. And then we pitched the idea to a local company and we felt so proud, so incredibly proud of ourselves because, we pulled up our big girl panties and we walked ourselves in there
Oh,
like
that was a
business
big
women.
deal.
It was a huge deal.
I
It
even had
was
heels on. I had a skirt and heels on. I felt like I
She
was
was
Miss
so she
GQ
was
walking in the
Oh,
meet.
yeah.
so
Nice.
professional. She did. I mean, we're in a
We had
boardroom, the whole
notes. We had
thing.
notes. We had like
Oh, yeah.
notes for
We're handing
everybody.
out pamphlets that we created.
We really
And we left that meeting and we were
meeting.
like,
We
"Oh
got
my
this.
gosh, oh my gosh." I mean, like we went to lunch and we were like doing our happy dance and because
No,
we just thought like, we
we were
nailed it.
literally in a boardroom with all men.
Yeah.
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 And
And
we didn't even really, well, I mean, no, we did our research, but at the end of the meeting, they're like, "Man, you guys got your stuff together." And they valued our
Nice.
opinion. We set up
Yeah.
the next
yeah.
meeting. So yeah, I feel like we're in the right space. And now
Yeah.
even more, with all three of us. And I love the idea that with Mary, being in Pennsylvania and, she gets to be around cows and buggies and we have no idea.
Mm.
I had to
No
say
idea.
that. But
Well,
no,
No
I
it,
did
idea.
see in South
but
Lake
it's,
Tahoe that they've got their 77th wagon run or something if you're feeling like you're missing out, Debbie. Head on up.
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
No,
if you don't know what it's like to drive 5
miles
miles
behind a
uphill
buggy.
behind a buggy,
Per hour.
yeah, it's amazing. It's just amazing, and everything is curvy, so you can't.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say it. I'm sure you can't go around. There's a double yellow.
it's
Yeah.
great.
No, but if you think about it, we're covering both coasts and
Yes,
everything in between.
absolutely.
And I think it's pretty cool that we all connected and we love when you come visit us and we can't wait for our trip to go
Oh,
see
I can't
you.
wait either. I will take you
We're
to the
super,
Buggy Museum.
I want to do the Buggy Museum.
Yep,
But yeah,
yep, you
so
will.
no, we are very, very, very lucky and blessed. And the people we're meeting on the shows.
Yeah,
Like we're
Mhm.
meeting the most incredible, talented, smart, innovative women
Yeah.
and men
Yeah.
who are
I
sharing
would
their
agree.
stories
Mhm.
and we're learning every day we learn and between our social channels as well we do ton of all we do is research now. I never knew that
Yeah.
there'd be so much menopause on my social media. Yeah, I get hormone creams, I get everything, and I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I
We've learned a
always
lot
joke
about our
like
bodies.
you're in a menopause company when you have 700 samples to still test
I know.
about
Yeah.
various things. Yes. I know. And then, kind of fast forward after Debbie and I, then we met Mare. And
Mhm.
so Debbie and I had been kind of, doing our thing in the background for a couple years and just building out the site and building out like all of the concept of it. But, as any good startup does, we've changed gears and
Yeah.
we evolve, which really has been kind of the funnest part for me. Like I'm never not really a change person. Like I don't like change very often, but it's incredible how much this change has like evolved me as a human. So I like it. And I really feel like I've
Yeah.
grown a lot. Then we met Mare and we've started, like the idea of a podcast. We were like, well, we know we need a podcast, and she's already got a dedicated podcast and a platform, and it just was so symbiotic, like
Yeah.
just so like there was just the synergy was there. So it was like, okay, yeah, this makes absolute sense to transition into the two.
Mhm.
And by far, these are the most fun I've ever had on a podcast, and I've done a lot of radio and a lot of
Yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is fun. Well, and I like to say it's not changing, we are just pivoting. I mean,
Yeah,
ever since that
yeah,
Friends episode, pivot, it's the best. That's basically what we do because,
yeah,
you were always on to the right path with, having a pal in menopause. That's
yeah.
so well explained. And yeah, so I think it is we do have our platform, but it is such a necessary thing and we do learn so much. And the podcast though, I literally have had so much fun with just, I mean,
Learning.
laughing. Oh, yes, learning.
Oh,
That's what I
yes,
and laughing,
learning.
yes.
I think there's more laughing. I don't know.
Oh, the episode where we had the Santa hats on and we
Oh,
were
that
trying
was
to
cute.
coordinate singing. That
We weren't very good. We found out we're not singers. We're not
I
singers.
forgot
good
about
for you
that. That
guys.
was
I
Good for you
totally
all to know
forgot.
out there. We do not do
the
Sing.
singing gigs
12
often.
days of menopause. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
yeah.
yes.
We don't sing
It
very
was not
often.
good.
Just
Was
you're
not good.
welcome, world.
Not good.
We did though. We did celebrate everything through the year. We did celebrate the Super Bowl. Forget about that. We did do the
Yeah,
Super Bowl,
We did.
menopause Super Bowl, and the halftime. The halftime was brought to you by water or whatever, and
yes.
it's very, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I still hear the water every time I say
We
it.
like
I
it.
hear it. I hear it on the replay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, cool. Well, now we can talk about our favorites. Since you've already mentioned some of the, Christmas Santa hats and everything, what are some of our favorites?
Mare, what's your favorite?
Well, the one that made me laugh the hardest, actually is coming in with Raquel because it was still like trying to be, like, oh, professional and very like Mel Robbins, like, like I had my glasses. And then she mentions, and I had no way of warning or
Foreseeing this.
anything
Yes,
foreseeing
yes.
this. She was like, well, my GYN got arrested for prostitution. I can tell you, all I remember is going like this because I was laughing. So my mouth was, I trying not to snort. And I was like, I didn't see that coming. And she was like, oh yeah, girl. And I'm like, oh, this must
Okay.
happen in Reno. Like I have no idea. So I would have to say that would be my absolute most like laugh out loud. Like just going from a normal to just
Oh my
a
God.
cackle. Yeah.
I'm glad I could bring some joy
Thank
in
you.
this space.
Thank you. Yes. How about you girls? What's your
I would
laugh
say
the most?
I would say laugh the most where I had a whole week to prep for it.
Mm.
I
But for
ha-
what, Debbie?
I have issues saying what's down there. So I kept saying down there, and they challenged me for a whole week to the next podcast to say vagina.
Oh, hot
That is
damn!
awesome.
So I would say that is the most. And I actually went home and I finally said it out loud at the condo. So I actually called Raquel.
Called
and
me
said,
at 8:30 at night, and she's like,
Guess
"Raquel,
what I
Raquel,"
just
and I'm like,
said?
"Oh my God, what's going on?" And she's like, "Wait." She brings her partner over, and she's like, "Vagina," and
I felt so grown up.
I'm cracking up. He's in the background, like, "Oh yeah,
Yelling it.
oh yeah,
She did it. She said it.
I love
vagina,
it.
vagina." Like
But
we were dying.
yeah, but I had never honestly probably said that.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
it
God.
took a while. But
did.
every now
And
and
we
then
can thank
was that Maya or was it
Maya.
Maya?
We can thank Maya.
Yeah,
We can
she
thank Maya.
challenged me.
Yep. She
I'm
did
gonna give a
challenge.
shout out to Maya on my funniest
Yeah.
also, because when she brought out the clitoris organ,
Wasn't that the same day?
I don't know, but
That was
I
so funny.
genuinely wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah.
And it is still such an interesting organ to me. And I'm like, holy cow, I had no idea. Literally. But then she's like, like
Oh,
it
yeah.
was a pony.
The having the models for
That was pretty funny.
like the plastic models, we all sort of were like, huh? Like just went huh? Yeah. And then she's like, oh yeah, showing it. Like, oh yeah, and like
Like, it's
flipping
no
around.
big
We're like,
deal.
yeah.
Sometimes that's all you need.
It is. I mean, it's like our own menopausal show and tell, like that we had at grade
Oh,
school.
it was a show and tell. Because
It
I
was a
never.
show and tell.
This it was.
Yes. Yes.
So
So
I know the other episode was the was it Maya or Giselle where we were talking about this women have issues sometimes going potty.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden she talks about this cereal.
oh, that was Giselle.
And I'm like, so I'm literally Googling it on my phone during the show. I like blanked
Yes.
out. I'm like, I just ordered a box of this poop
And
cereal.
you see in the show where Debbie zooms out,
I
she's
zoomed
like,
out.
Totally. And we are laughing because unbeknownst, now, if you watch the recording, and we highly recommend all you girls too, if you haven't already, Debbie is on her little square, not making eye contact with us. We know she's on the phone. And Giselle and I are like, hey, Debbie, don't let it bother you that we're on a podcast. And I was like, nope, she's done. And Debbie's like, there's different flavors. And she goes back down and she's like, oh, I did it. I'm gonna look. It's gonna
I
be
just
delivered
ordered.
by Wednesday. And we were
I've
like,
got my order in.
I got my
know.
order in, yes. And we were like, well, also, thank you so much for
Thank you for being on the podcast.
yes. Yes.
No, but it just shows that
I
we
love it.
really care. We really take the advice and what we've learned.
We do.
And we actually try the products. We actually order them. We use them. And then we share. So really, we would never promote anything that we didn't use or didn't like. So it's pretty cool.
Correct.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
is one stop
Or that we
shopping
haven't
here.
researched and vetted, because
Correct.
we pride ourselves hugely on the fact that we vet everything, because we're not going to sit in our car and send you some video and try to sell you some product. That's just not us.
No. Okay, so now getting back with that, what is the guest that taught you something new?
Ooh, Kate for me. Kate Wells from Parlor Games. She taught me where and how to place my estrogen patch
Mhm.
for effective delivery and not some kind of hormonal bomb going off in my body every single time I change my patch.
Mhm.
And I owe
Yeah.
her a lot for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
that's probably mine too, because I had just started the patch recently and I was
Yeah.
putting it, I thought, the
And
right place, but it wasn't working as effective. So once we learned where to put it, it was a game changer for, I think that was probably mine, was that too.
Mhm.
what episode was that? Do you guys remember?
Oh, I don't
No,
know, but
I
It
don't remember
was
either.
the one that she we'll
she
look on there.
probably,
I'll find it.
Oh,
I'll
oh,
give it.
Mare's on her phone now.
yeah.
Keep talking, Debbie.
No, I'm
Keep
not. I'll
talking.
give a shout out. It was one I think it was like in the 30s or 40s, I would say.
I would say too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, check out the Kate Wells Parlor Games because she's got some tips in there about where to place your patch that make a huge difference.
And
Oh,
she
it
just,
does.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
she's just so knowledgeable. I
She
think
is,
that
but
we've
she's a
learned
biochemist
she's
too,
a
which really makes a
biochemist.
huge difference, I
Yeah.
think.
So
In
she,
my opinion, anyways.
and you have to say we actually were able to connect with her the same way like you connected with Mare. I sent a message on their social media page and said, I love your product. Like I literally
Yes.
have been using your product and it's changed my life. Can we meet you? Can we get you on our podcast? And I'm not, they did. Like they reached
Yep.
out to us. We actually had a phone call. They've been on the podcast. So, it just shows you if you don't ask, you don't know. But
Yeah.
Correct.
they have an amazing company and they took the time to talk to
Yep.
us and answer. It
Yeah.
was wonderful. So yes, that
It was
Yeah.
that would be my favorite.
episode 37
Oh, look
was
at
that
that.
one.
Check it out,
Yes.
girls. Episode
Yep.
37. Hear about the patch. And
Yeah.
I personally love Parlor Games myself just because it does make a difference.
Mhm.
The silky peach cream really actually helps with the dryness.
Yeah. I would
Mhm.
agree. Again, that's
Mhm.
I can
another
actually
vetted
go
thing.
get it and show you the thing,
Debbie
but
always loves to bring the
I
props
should
around.
have brought the prop with
But
me. I actually
Yes,
have
she
it.
does.
I do.
but for me, for the learning, Kate, yes, I learned so much. But also I give a shout out to Giselle because
Yes.
I was here on the East Coast. On the West Coast, ladies, we all know, and everyone listening, you can get testosterone like without a problem.
Yeah.
On the East Coast, it's a little bit, it's a taboo still. We're back in 1985 when the men were working out and, beefing up and taking all that.
Where's my VCR?
Yeah, exactly. So Giselle just going, we had Debbie were both on that. And there was so much information that we had talk about the T part 1 and
We
part
did.
2
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
because we saw that it was like an hour up and we're like, we have so much more to talk about. And then we did another one and just learning and the importance of how we do need this. Like women are being again told it's sort of like the testosterone has like a black label on it,
Yeah.
like estrogen did. And it's such a necessary hormone. And
Mhm.
I have since been able to get it, but it took like
An act of
almost,
Congress.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
basically.
Mhm.
But I just learned so much from her about that because she's just so knowledgeable in that. So that would be.
Yeah.
I
But
do love her.
I just thought of, brain fog. One of the other funny ones that you said was Jane, who we had,
Oh my God, I love Jane.
trust me, I'm a nurse. She
In
was our
UK.
yes, our UK. She is a mental health nurse. And
Oh, she's
we
hysterical.
laughed. Yeah.
And laugh anytime we talk with her.
Yeah. She had mentioned on that episode that she broke both of her arms, so she like her elbows, so she was in like a bilateral and just
Oh
having
my.
her do that, still I can it takes me right back down to there, and it was hysterical. So yes, we have, and that's another
Yeah, that was a good one, I'm not gonna lie. I
that
did.
was yes. Okay, so now let's hear what episode changed your perspective on something?
Hmm. Anybody?
For me, it was when we had Dr. Laura Dalton, who was from Planned
Mm.
Parenthood.
Oh yeah, I agree with that one too.
Because I thought going into it, we all know what Planned Parenthood is, and okay, but no, no, I would say no, we did not. I mean, the poppy care that they have for
Yeah.
menopause,
Yeah.
it is amazing. So, I
Mm.
mean, their whole, and this is, I know it's just Miramonte. It's
Yeah.
just in the Reno or Nevada
It's Northern Nevada and
and
California.
California.
Yeah.
I understand that that's just out there. Hopefully, though, we will talk to her again in the upcoming months, that it will hopefully be making its way across the United States because what their Poppy Care website is, it's amazing. It provides, menopause hormones, support, understanding, and just for people who can't afford it. And it just makes it easy for every woman to get the help that they need. So I just thought that that was amazing, and that was something that I didn't expect.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You know,
I think. Go ahead, Debbie.
no, no, I was just gonna say, it just reminded me at our proclamation launch party that we had, the owner of the wine bar, she won't Zephyr
Yes.
Wine Bar, we had already had that conversation, and she was saying how she was putting her funds for her kids' college and their insurance. She said, "I don't I my insurance does not cover HRT." And she said had been off of it, and we watched her like, man, she was sweating, she was anxious.
Yeah.
And so we said, "Wait a minute.
Yep.
We just found out about Poppy Care." So I would say what's super important is that we are learning and getting tools that we are actually sharing with women and helping make their life different because we're doing the
Mhm.
research and we're bringing these guests on. So, but that was a real life one where, and actually
That
we were,
was.
yeah, and we were at a thing with Raquel in Tahoe, and we had doctors up there talking, and Raquel went up and say, "Well, have you heard Poppy Care might be really good for your patients?"
And
And they
they
had
had
no
not heard
idea.
about it.
So
Hmm.
that's
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, that honestly, that would be
Mhm.
probably my favorite just because we've actually used it and referred people to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And to
Yeah.
that
kind of
would be
piggyback off of what Debbie says, like all of these like lived experiences that we run into, they all show up in our trainings. So, when we
yeah,
Mhm.
being able to take things back like Poppy Care to our employers and say, "Hey, this is a resource for your employees," like that really makes a difference in somebody's life. And that's really what we aim to do is,
Yeah.
women are either at home or they're at work or they're at a
Mhm.
T-ball game. So,
yeah,
being at work it's an important task and it's a huge part of a woman's life. And we want to make sure that they have the resources at work and at home.
yeah.
Yeah. I would agree. Nicely said.
Thank
Nicely
you.
said.
Well, I
Now
got
we
to add to that though. Amalia, she helped me. She helped me
yes.
because she told me that my cowlick that has decided to like join me in my 50s. Where that came from, I don't know. But the cowlick, she told me that it's someone else's problem. And I said, "You know what? You're absolutely right. It's
Yeah.
not my problem what the back of
Nope.
my hair looks like.
So the
Only
back
the
of the
front."
hair is not, yes. And yes,
That's cute.
I mean, that she is, yeah.
Because,
She
it really makes sense, right? Like, why are we so worried? It's not even about the back of your hair. If you break it down in my mind, it's like, why are we worried about what
Oh, I know,
that?
but I would, like, because, your hair
Yeah.
is getting thinner, yes. So, like,
Yeah.
the best advice I would say was also from, like, one of them was Amalia in the hair, because we
Uh-huh.
had her at a time when we were talking about, like, how women look at themselves in the mirror, and you don't
Yeah.
see yourself like how you used to, and you still hold yourself to that 20, 30-year-old woman. And
Yeah.
it's like, what? And oh, my hair isn't. I mean, I'm ignoring the fact that I have new hair growth right here, but see, like it's new
I have
hair
a little
growth.
I
piece
know.
that
I
I've been looking
actually,
at
I
this thing.
yeah,
I'm
So
like, "What the hell?"
exactly. So I'm like, yes, girls, you can regrow hair at 58.
yeah,
And she
Absolutely
told
can.
us that
67.
though.
Yes, I'm
67, yeah.
regrowing.
And
I think it's
everything like the
the
products
T.
that she says to do is like amazing. And when she said about the back of the hair, it
It's not
made
your
sense.
problem.
Not my problem.
There are
Because I would
days
always
when
be
it's
like, is it
just
thin back
not.
there? Can
Yeah.
anybody see it?
Yeah.
Who? Yeah.
Who
They're
cares?
yeah.
You're gonna look at the front and you're gonna like it or you're not.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, well, now we can go like behind the scenes, girls. What were some of the biggest bloopers? I mean, not gonna lie, some
Oh.
of them were pretty fun. Well, there was one that I remember, and when we look up, Debbie, her screen
Oh.
froze,
Oh,
but
yes.
but we are still going on. But it looks like Debbie is sleeping because her head is down and her eyes are like this, and we're like, is she
Hello?
asleep? And we're like, hello? And all we hear, the screen is not moving. All we hear Debbie is saying, I'm awake. I'm here. I'm
I'm
awake.
not frozen. I'm
I'm
not
not
frozen.
I'm not frozen.
And
That
then
was
not
true.
frozen.
I'm not
like
frozen.
the audio
On
was kind of
and
there, but then the back end still recorded her
Yeah,
saying, "I'm not
I'm not
frozen," and we're
frozen.
That
like,
was actually. Where is
It
she?
was that because if you saw your picture on there, really like stayed for like almost 5 minutes. It just
Oh,
heard like
just
this with her, I'm not frozen. And we're like,
and we're like, I guess we keep going.
they just kept going and left me there frozen till I
we
popped
did because I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm editing this out, but we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to give it a whirl.
That was a good blooper though. One of my favorite is when we decided, Mare, you and I, we were gonna put together a little like I don't even know what the hell we were doing. And Alexa came into the picture.
Oh.
She would not stop. And you're yelling at your Alexa, and my Alexa's going off, and we're trying to dance, and we're like in pajamas I don't even know. We had so much going on.
We totally forgot about that.
I did not. I laugh about that a
It
lot.
was,
And I
I'm not,
remember it so clearly. Bitch, turn yourself off. Like it
Ooh.
was whiplash. I was dying.
it was Raquel's idea. I'm not going down for this one. It was Raquel's idea that
If it's
we
ever a
should do
bad idea, it's
something
always my idea.
for Instagram because there were so many people at the time doing things like, running the vacuum or like just saying funny things. We're like, we're funny. We can do this. So she was like, yeah, we're going to have something. I had like a box with like the estrogen patch that was supposed to be. And I'm saying something like, I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor.
Oh.
So that's what it was. So
Yeah.
I'm telling and I can't because she'll go off if I do. But
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we're
yeah.
both on the screen, I'm yelling, play Gloria Gaynor.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I then, with my booming New Jersey voice, is turning hers on. So
Oh my
then
God.
she's playing. Then
And then
it
hers is getting
was
louder.
getting louder.
So it's like, and I'm laughing so hard I can't breathe. So I am
And she's
zero
in her
help.
apron.
I'm in
her
an apron. Zero help. I can't breathe. I'm like hyperventilating. I'm like Sanford and Sons, like, and like wheezy. I'm coming home.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
that
that would be a
Mhm.
good thing.
Mhm.
totally forgot about that. That is one of the great blooper. And we just kept going. And then we posted it. Why not?
Why wouldn't we post it? Of course we would post it.
Yeah. I mean, so many. We had my dog usually likes to. I'm surprised that he's quiet
Oh,
now, but my dog
yes,
Zaid
Yes.
likes to usually be a part of it. And when we were having Dr. Travis Walker,
Yes. Poor
Zaid
Travis.
let us know that the Amazon guy was here. And I could not find the
Mute
button fast enough. And Raquel is like, very calmly, she's like, "Oh, we can edit that out."
Here's Zayd in the
Meanwhile-
background. Don't
He's-
worry, we can edit.
We can edit. Meanwhile, I'm saying, I hope I can edit it
don't
out.
know.
I'm trying to, and he
She's like,
is just
Raquel.
yeah. So there was that, and then we had Dr. Carrie Krogan, who we just had on, but we recorded her 2 times because the first time she went right to the cloud. Still
Right to the
don't
cloud.
know.
Wherever she's at in the cloud.
She's
we
up there.
don't
We're
know.
like, Carrie, I don't know, but it was a
Carrie.
great podcast, and I'm so sorry. And yes, so
Yeah.
those were
But
the
we got a new one, and it's just as good,
yes,
which hasn't dropped yet in season 2, so I don't want to talk about
No.
it. But I do want to talk about
It
it so
has-
badly because it's so funny.
I know.
But we'll
It
talk
is
season
so
2.
funny.
Yeah.
Yes. Season 2. I know. I can't even believe that. Yeah. So, yes. So, yeah. I mean, like, what are some of your other like fun facts that you learned that you didn't? Because sometimes going in, we're like, oh, we'll
Yeah.
talk this. And then we go
Yeah.
down a rabbit hole and then we click stop and we're like, we didn't even plan for any of that. That was amazing.
I
And
know.
yeah,
I think one of my favorites would be Sharon, our holistic nutritionist, talking about the food and how
yeah,
like some of these food I mean, I think it's just such an important thing because for me, like, food was a huge impetus of, like, what caused
yeah.
me to get sicker because I had this autoimmune disease brought on, thank you, perimenopause. So because of the autoimmune disease, I am so cautious about all the things I can eat because I have celiac disease now. And she has helped me through the years just really dial in things that I can eat, getting benefits of my food,
Hmm.
making I had no idea that, you had to put pepper with turmeric, but thanks to
Yeah.
No,
Sharon, like, to make it an active, like, ingredient, like,
yeah,
you use pepper, so yeah.
I know. She's really amazing. Like,
Mhm.
truly, same thing. And then she was saying how, like, the garlic, I usually put the garlic in, like, right after cutting it, but
Yes, never do that.
she was saying just let it, like, rest for, like, 2 minutes or something
Hmm.
at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, and then I'm using olive oil. So basically, I'm burning the oil, burning the
Oh.
garlic,
Yeah.
and not getting any benefit from
No
it.
nutrients. Yes,
No
yes.
nutrients, just little flakes at that time.
Well, and the fun
And
fact about her episode was we hit end, chatted for, I would say, a minute, maybe 2, and then she
maybe,
had a 4.8 magnitude earthquake go off as
yeah.
we're talking to her in the background. And we are so helpless. We're like, "Oh my god,
And
there's stuff gonna
yes,
fall on your head." Like, she had a whole curio cabinet full of spices behind her. I was like, "Oh my god, she's gonna get, like, be careful." And
and
Mary has
she's
never
calm.
no,
I've never
just sat there,
experienced an earthquake.
just looked around.
She's calm, and she was like, "Oh yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
"I'm
yeah.
like, "Get
We'll
out
probably
of
feel
there."
some tremors for like an hour or so afterwards." And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "You know what? You girls can keep that on the West Coast.
We
Yes,
do
I'll
have
yes.
them.
handle the hurricanes." And I promise you, I won't complain anymore because I'll be like, yeah, out west. Like, I mean, it was
Yeah, that was
shaking.
pretty
Like,
gnarly.
it
Mhm.
was, you could hear everything. And
Oh,
I'm,
yes.
yeah,
Well, at
I
first
forgot
we were
about
like,
that.
"What the heck's happening?" And then we are like,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
Me, I was like, is there a truck going by? She lives like really out,
In, like, the
not near
sticks.
a
Yeah.
truck would be. And I was like, is that a truck?
She looks like on a dirt road. No truck, no truck.
No truck. No truck. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a pretty wild one.
I know.
It's,
So
looking back, I don't think that I've spent this much time reflecting on all of these, but holy cow.
I know, like, there's so much, and I'm sure that there's, and I don't want to, we don't forget the other ones. It's just like these are just some of the things.
Some of the
Because again,
highlights, yeah.
we could have another hour about some of the other, reels or
Oh,
podcasts. But I mean, it was just so much fun getting to know other people so well and building a community for women for
yeah.
menopause.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, for them to understand, because the passion is out there. Like, I feel like the black label came off and that allowed everybody to talk about it. We at Menopause want people to continue to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we can tell them what do we have coming up next,
Yeah.
Raquel.
Right.
We love throwing it, Raquel.
Yeah, we do,
I
don't we?
I like that you did it that time. I was
You're
being
welcome.
I was
You're
being a
welcome.
good
For the
girl.
listeners out there, it's an internal joke because
It's a
we will just be in this real good, deep conversation, and I'm just be bopping along, and they'll go, "Okay, Raquel will tell you," and I always go, like I've been
Yeah,
run over by a bus.
that's
does.
exactly. And then
Every
we're like,
time.
yep, we just passed that baton.
And
Like,
we're
we're
like,
in a
"We're
relay
good."
race. We're like,
And they just sit there.
we look very, Raquel.
And she's like, "Okay." But you always pull it off and you're amazing at it. It's your thing. That's why we have you do it, because
I appreciate
you know
that.
your shit. She's good.
All right, some of the things we do have coming up. We've got webinars coming up that are lunch and learns. We've definitely got some classes, live classes that are being built out right now. Debbie's got the community almost to where she wants it, and she's going to be launching that in full style here shortly. We had the community originally, and we kind of had to like do some tweaking, and now we've put it into a different platform that we really love because we know that it's not going to be on social media. We know that we can protect your privacy.
Mhm.
We know that, you're not going to have to talk about these things on social media or, worry about things being recorded that you don't want recorded, things of that nature. So for us, that's a big deal because we don't want to be
Yeah.
talking about things like that in places where it could be held against us later. But really, the the main thing is like the webinars and some of these
Mhm.
like courses that we have. We've got the M Factor coming in October that we'll be launching a screening for, and we're really, really looking
Yeah.
forward to this. October 15th is the date that we're going to
That's the
drop
date.
that in 2026. That will be in Reno, Nevada,
Whew.
for those of
Yeah.
you that are in surrounding areas or want to just come all the way across the country.
That's
Mayor.
what I'll be doing, and I'll make sure that I don't have to pay $100 for 5 extra pounds. I will ship more stuff out there
That's
than
what
my
she did
Yes.
last
suitcase.
time. She shipped a
Yeah.
box before.
I did, and I
Yes.
and I still paid the $100 extra for the 5. But it's here nor there. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shoes, but yes, it's a movie premiere. I mean, hello? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but we have a ton of great things on the horizon. It always takes a little bit of time to just get things built out because one of the things we are perfectionists, and we want to make sure that it's right, and we want to make sure that
Mhm.
you're getting the correct information. So join us for some of our lunch and learn series. Join us for some of our classes. Join the community. Get involved however you can. We are working with 3C House, which is now our government affairs of record, which is really exciting. We've got some legislative stuff that we're popping off and that we're working on. There's a lot of huge stuff coming, so stay tuned in season 2. You're going to want to stay with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. And, perfect for who would be your dream guest on season 2?
I got
Ooh.
one. I got one.
Okay. You go, Deb.
Well, of course, I want to have Dr. Mary Claire, Dr. Vonda Wright. We actually got to see them
We
in San
did and meet
Francisco. So
them.
Yep.
we got to meet them and they inspired us so much. But I've been manifesting Oprah Winfrey. Oprah, we
If
would
you're
love to
listening.
have you.
Love it.
I mean, just like the M Factor, I said we got to do the M Factor and now we're going to do it. Oprah,
Yep. Oh
that's
my
mine.
God.
That's
I
mine.
would
How,
love
how
that.
about you?
Okay, I've got 2.
Okay.
So
I
my
know
first, I
one.
think, yeah, my first, I think, would be Brene Brown. I think she brings
Oh,
such a
yeah.
interesting perspective. I know that she's just primarily business, and I understand that, but I think that there's such a huge intersection between business, empathetic pathways, and menopause that it is
Yeah.
such a huge piece.
Mhm.
But my all-time favorite would be Barrymore. No,
Yeah.
who
Drew
am I
Barry.
talking about?
Drew? Drew Barrymore?
I love you,
Blooper
Debbie.
for
Debbie
season
says,
2. Season
Debbie
2.
says, Drew Barrymore, Rico? Drew Barrymore?
Is that
I'm
it?
still over here like, who? Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I don't know
I
what I'm
thought
talking
maybe
about.
I had the wrong. I thought
She
I had the
just,
wrong name.
she doesn't call Drew Drew. She calls her Barrymore. Like, that's
I
how
know, like
close they are.
Barrymore.
Like, they're
Who's
just
that?
Barrymore.
Barrymore.
To hell if I know, but either way, she'd be great.
Yes.
I think we
Yes.
better DM her. Send her a DM.
Yeah, Raquel can't even say her name, but let's DM her.
No, you can't. You just brain fog, girl. And she has it too. Yeah,
I love it.
those are all great.
Okay, what's yours?
I would say myself, like Dr. Mary Claire would
Yeah.
also, because it was her book that helped
Yeah.
me through the, the
We told her.
days.
We
Yeah,
let
I
her
was
know
just
that
gonna
you had
say.
I know you
every
guys
page
did.
highlighted and
And
marked.
I was so
You
bummed
signed the
because
book?
I was at work and I could not get
We
the
were-
picture, or when you said to send the picture, her book has so many tags like out of it, different color highlighter tags. So she would be the one just to thank her and to hug her. I mean, it would be awkward, but I would be like, I would ask first because I'm like,
Oh, well, that's good. At least you know her name.
yeah,
Well, I did
I know her name.
it.
But my other one for season 2 would be Ms. Dolores Catania, who is a Real Housewife of New Jersey housewife. I know, Debbie, you look like you didn't know, but
I don't
she
even know who it
is
is.
amazing because she's the first person really that is actually, I know that it's a, it's a reality show, but they don't even talk about menopause even on reality shows. When you know that these
Hmm.
women are in menopause, like
Yeah.
all of the housewives, but they don't talk about it, but she's talking about it. Her
Oh,
and her
good.
friend Liz, she is a special guest star sometime on them Real Housewives of Rhode Island. They talk about it and I love it,
No, that's
because it
great.
just makes it be even more real.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I reached out to her. I have DM'd her now that I
Good
know that
girl.
yes. And that would be just so great. She's from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. We could both talk about the water, going down the shore, having some coffee. It would be great.
I like it.
Coffee.
Okay, I
So,
have one more to add.
okay.
Mel Robbins.
Oh,
Let them.
yes.
Mm.
I want to say that book
Do we tell that
changed
story or not?
what it changed my life.
Yeah.
Why, is
Yeah.
there a funny
No.
story that I don't know?
We probably won't. We were not going to tell that
It's
story.
okay. I'm just saying that
So
okay, I think she's telling a story. I don't think I know the story, so
you do
You
know
know the
this story,
story. You know the
Debbie.
I
story.
do?
I signed up to go to the conference
Oh,
in
that
Philadelphia.
story. Yes, that's a good story. I like that story. Go ahead, tell the story. I love that story.
Me too. Me too.
Come on.
Signed up. I was so excited. I was nervous because I never go to big places like that by myself. And,
She had a suit.
my
She was
husband,
looking fly
Mark,
like
is
a
like, yeah. Mark's like, man, just go. And I was like, that's right. I'm
the
going to
boss
go,
baby
damn
she
it.
is.
I booked a hotel so that I could go down. So the conference was going to be Friday and into Saturday. And then I come home Saturday. It would be perfect. So I get down there on Friday, so excited, and I start walking around the conference because I like to map out where, I mean, I am a Philly girl too. So I'm like, just want to make sure I know my direction. And I walking from my hotel to the conference, which literally is like across the street. And I
Oh,
see
nice.
all these
Nice.
women coming out with all these bags. And I was like, oh, are they giving out some grab bags? That's so nice before the conference starts
Right.
tomorrow.
Right. Right.
Only to find out that that conference was that day. So it was Thursday into Friday, not Friday into Saturday. So after a lot of cursing and crying, and
A
that
lot
was
of
all with
crying.
Raquel on the phone driving back home and with my son, and he was like, Mom, we'll get you to another conference. Don't you worry. And
Yes.
Raquel's like, they'll find another one. And I was like,
But we will get you in front of Mel Robbins, girl.
yes, yes. And but it was great because the whole thing that was the main thing is that I was completely like I had fallen my crown, I stepped on it, I crushed it, I like rolled it into the sewer. And Raquel found it, she unbent it, put it back on my head and was like, "Get up, girl. Like why are you gonna so you made a mistake." Like felt like an idiot, the brain fog, and you made a mistake. And that right there is truly what I can't thank you guys enough for because you truly have been the friends and the crown shifters that we have all needed. And
Yeah.
just the three of us,
We
we can
show
do it.
up and we'll have brain fog, we'll laugh, one will be feeling off, the other two will pick up the piece. Like we just
Yeah.
have a great team.
Yeah.
No people in the world. It isn't just me, Mare, and Debbie running the show. We have a whole host of people behind us
Yes.
who are absolutely amazing, and we
Yes.
owe our
Absolutely.
everything to because without them we are not anything but faces on a podcast.
Yeah.
And they're the people
Yeah.
that help us make this possible in all workplaces.
It's a
And
village. It takes a village.
yeah.
It really does. But
Yeah.
just I am still so thankful for that day answering that
The
DM
DM.
and it was
Ugh.
great. It was great. So
It's been the
any
best
other
DM I've ever sent.
I know. I know. Do we have any other reflections of anything? Debbie now says vagina. She pulls it into
Yes.
sentences now
Yes.
periodically.
I was hoping you would remember that. No, I would say really honestly going through being in postmenopause and I'm 60 freaking 7 and I'm still having
6'7",
symptoms.
y'all. 6'7", as she
6'7".
said.
But the best part is I did not even know I was going through it. And there's been days as a team when I am struggling so bad and I just want to like crawl in a hole. And the idea that each of us will have a day like that, like Raquel had said, where I'm totally down, I'm out, and they're like,
Mhm.
"We got you." Like it's
Yeah.
don't don't be have grace with yourself. You're going to be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Is going to be a better day. So I want to say what I've learned is we're not alone,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and we don't want women to feel like they're silenced,
Yeah.
and we're here. We're here to pick up the pieces. And I have
Yeah.
lots of pieces that are broken, and we're
Yeah.
really not broken. But these gals and our team have really held me together when I didn't even know there was glue to hold me together. So yeah,
Mm.
I just say
Perfect.
it's just being together. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Truly.
Yeah. And I will say for me, like the laughter that you guys and the joy you bring to my life, because I have friends and I have a lot of friends, but you guys bring me joy. Like I feel like a teenage kid again. Like you remember the crew you used to hang out with, you're
Yeah.
mobbing the streets, doing the things. Like you guys are that for me at 51. And
Perfect.
we have
Yeah.
some really good times.
Oh, we do.
oh yes, we do. We're not going to share that
No,
time.
we're not talking about that.
No. We are not your yeah.
Your average crew.
No, we are not the average menopausers. We get out there.
That was
Yes.
funny.
So,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
still picturing that moment right now.
Yeah, yeah. So just to recap, we've had a lot of great things. Menopause has been around for about 4 years now. We brought on Take a Pause with Menopause about a year ago, which was fantastic. Best decision we've ever made. And we have a lot of great things that we've done. I mean, we've got a proclamation from the city of Reno
Yep.
recognizing our work. And we have been able to touch tons of employers and and educate them about what is happening inside the workplace, which brings help and reasonable accommodations to their employees. I mean, and this
Mhm.
this is what we're here for. We're here to work in those teams. We're here to work with the employers to help the employees. And now we've grown to a larger community, and we've got other things coming together. And so you guys just hang on. We're just getting started out here.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And yep. And just like that, another episode is recorded for the
End of
season
season 1.
end of season 1. So season 2, it's
Who
so weird
knows?
to
I
say
know.
that. I know.
I love it
We'll
though.
have a
I
cliffhanger,
love it.
like a good cliffhanger on into season 2 that you're gonna be like, I
I
mean,
know.
probably not, but
Yeah, you ain't knowing us, there will be.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
this is true. This is true. So, yes. So thank you to everybody. Thank you especially to you girls and
Same.
to, yes, all the rest of our team that is not on the 3 little individual boxes here, but and also thank you to our listeners for continuing to listen to us and continuing to follow and just continue to hit that follow button. We are on
Yes.
Spotify, we're on YouTube. You can follow us and Apple Podcast. And
Yeah,
we always like to give a shout out to our amazing sponsors of Good Day Chocolate and Dolce Vita Spa for helping us feel empowered and helping
yeah.
us be able to push the
Push our
agenda
mission.
of, yep, forward. And then we can't forget to thank our affiliate partners of Parlor Games, Scene Nutrition, Isogenics, and Pantry Products. And they
Yeah.
are also on the website. And it's just, yep, we thank everybody. And like we always say, Debbie, it
See
would
you
just
next
also,
Tuesday. Well, we
With
will.
the
that
shoulders.
was the best because we will tell our listeners that we had to, what was it, about a month ago, explain what see you next Tuesday meant. So,
I
and
really
she
thought you were
forgot.
going to see us next
Okay.
Tuesday.
Okay. I love you, Debbie. Yes, we are going to
See you next
see you
Tuesday.
next Tuesday.
Okay.
Alrighty, girls. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.